friends! I'm so excited today because we have a Clifford DLD day and he is so much fun. So we have lots of activities planned with Clifford today, and this one is all about counting by tens, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, so first thing you need, you're going to need to pull out your paper that looks like this. You also have two papers with Big Mama 10 numbers on them. My class calls them Big Mama 10 numbers because they all end with 0. Those are the Big Mama numbers. Okay, so you have two of them. You have one page that says 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then you have 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 on the next page. A couple of them we're not going to use, but I'll show you that in a minute. So you have this page. Go ahead and pull it out. Pull out the two pages with the cards that have the 10 numbers on them. And you're also going to need a pair of scissors and some kind of writing utensil. I'm using a marker today. If you want to use a marker, that's fine by me. A pencil, probably not a crayon, because we're going to have to write pretty tiny down here. So first thing I want you to do is put this paper to the side. We're going to come to that in a minute. But I want you to look at your two papers with the cards with the Clifford footprints on them. And what you're going to do, you're going to cut out all of these cards. And if I were you, when you cut them out, I would go ahead and try to put them in the order when we count by tens. And we're going to practice here in a minute. So go ahead and start cutting them out. I've already started cutting them out, as you can see on this page. Just cut around the black dotted line. I'll cut out one more on the video, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. So here in a minute, I'm going to have you pause me because I already have them cut out. But really quickly, look how nicely I'm cutting on that black dotted line. Remember, we want to use nice cutting when we do this. So go ahead and cut out all your little cards and stick them in a pile or put them in order as you would count by tens. And go ahead and pause me a minute because I already have this done. I have my cards already cut out. So pause me, and when you get all your cards cut out, you can hit play again. Okay? So if all of your cards are cut out, we're going to start off by putting them in the correct order. So if you want to practice with me real quick, we're going to practice counting by tens, and we're going to go to 100. Okay? There are a couple other cards that you should have cut out, like 110 and 120, and that's this one right here. 110, 110, and you should have cut out 120, 120. These two cards, we're just going to put to the side because we're not going to use those. So we're only going to use 10 through 100. So let's count real quick. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So what did we start with? We started with 10. We're going to put him up at the tippy top. And what comes after 10 when we count? 10, 20, 30, 40, oh, not 80, 50. There we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And if it's really still pretty difficult counting by tens for you, if you want to do this trick and cover up the 0, and you see that it starts with a 1, that's the first number we start with when we start counting. And what comes after 1? 2, that's right. So here's the Big Mama number that starts with 2. If you want to cover up the zeros and put them in order that way, you can. Okay, so we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 60. Then comes 70. There's 80. Okay, so let's try again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And if you would lay them out like I have them, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 on top, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 on the bottom, because when we pull out this paper, do you see this? It looks like a 10 frame. Okay, we're going to put those numbers, we're going to plug them into these empty boxes. So we want to lay them out so that we can see them nice and neat, so we know what numbers to write. Now, if you already know how to, you're a professional at counting by tens to 100, then you could just go in and go ahead and fill out these empty boxes. What comes after 10 when we count? 10, 20, and if you look right here, what comes after 10? 10, 20. So next to the 10 here in this box, I'm going to write 20. 2, 0, 20. Okay? Then I'm going to look up at my feet again, and I see what comes after 20 is 30. So I have 10, 20, 30. 30s start with 3, 3, 0. So I have 10, 20, 30. And then I'm going to look what comes after the 30. I see 40. So in this empty box, I'm going to write 40. And we know that 40 starts with 4. Okay. So after the 40 comes 50. So in this empty box, I'm going to write 50. Good job. Okay, now I'm going to scoot my paper down, and I'm going to move my camera just a bit, so bear with me a minute, because now I need to see the bottom numbers, and I don't have enough room, so I'm going to move my camera down. So what comes after 50? 60, so I'm going to write 60 in this bottom box, 60, and then I have, after 60 comes 70. Good job. 70. And then I have 80. It's already there for us. So let's see what I have so far. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 is already there. What comes after 80? Looks like 90. I'm going to put 90 in my best writing. Okay, and last but not least, I have 100 comes after 90. So I'm going to write that in there. Okay, let's see if we have them all. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so now we're going to use this 10 frame, and we're going to see, we're going to move these cards because I need a bit more room. Okay, and we're going to look up on our 10 frame up there that we put our 10 Big Mama 10 numbers in. And we're going to find these numbers up here, and we're going to see what is the 10 number that comes before that number, and what is the 10 number that comes after this number. Okay, so our first number here is 20. Yep, we know that's 20. So we're going to find 20 up here on in our boxes, and I see 20 is right here. So now I'm going to look to the left. What is 10 less? What is the Big Mama 10 number that comes before 20? Yep, it's 10. So right here I'm going to write 10. I'm going to go back up to my 20. I see 10. So I wrote 10. What comes after that? 20. Now what comes after 20? Right, 30. I'm going to write 30 there. Okay? Let's do another one. I see 50, 50, 50. So up on my little chart here, I'm going to find the number 50. 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, there's 50. Okay, so I'm going to look at the 10 number that comes before the 50, and I'm going to write it on the line before the 50. So what comes before that is 40. Now I have 40, 50. What comes after 50? Let's see. 40, 50, 60. So we're going to write that in that blank right there. All right. The next one's really, really hard, so get your thinking caps on. Okay. I see 90, 90. Okay, let's see if I can find it up here. Now, sometimes these numbers look a little bit different than how we write our numbers. But we see it's curvy, and we usually write our 9 with a line, a straight line there. But that's okay, because I know that this is a 90. Okay, so what is the Big Mama 10 number that comes before 90? 80. So on the line before the 90, I'm going to write 80. So when I count by tens, I have 80, 90, blank. So I'm going to find my 80, 90, and what comes after 90? 100. I'm going to have 100 there. Okay? All right, the next one. What is this number right here? 40. I know a Big Mama number that starts with a 4 must be 40. Okay, so I'm going to find 40 up in my chart. There it is. Okay, and I'm going to see and look. I spy the number that comes before 40, and I spy the Big Mama 10 number that comes after 40. So I have 40 in the middle, which I do here. What comes before 40? That's right, 30. And what comes after 40? Oh, there's 50, so I'm going to write it here. So when we count by tens, we say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Good job. Okay. On to 60. I spy the number 60 in my chart. It's right here. Okay. Now it might be easier, since I don't see a number right here, it might be easier to do the one after the 60 first. So when we count by tens, what comes after 60? 70. So I'm going to go to my 60. What comes after 60? Make sure you don't go before. After 60 comes 70. And what comes before 60? We have to go backwards. So we have 70, 60, 50. So I'm going to put 50 right here. That one was a little tricky. All right. I wonder if you know the number, the Big Mama 10 number that starts with 8. 80. Let's see. I find 80. Oh, it was already there for us. Now I have to find the Big Mama 10 number that comes before 80 and the Big Mama 10 number that comes after 80. Did you find them? If you're really, really good at counting by tens, you could just write them in there. I'm going to see if I can just use my brain and not use the chart on this one. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. All right, 70, 80, 90. Yep, makes sense. Okay, 2 more. I'm going to save the last one that you can do by yourself. We'll do this one together. Here we go. 30. I spy 30. Does this look like 30? No. Does this look like 30? No, 30s don't start with the number 2. Does this look like 30? Yep, it matches to me. So now I'm going to look for the Big Mama 10 number that comes before 30 and the Big Mama 10 number that comes after 30. So here we have the 30 again. What comes before 20? Good job. And what comes after 30? 40. Man, you're smart. Here we go. 20, 30, 40. Yep, it works. Good job. Let's see if you can do this one on your own. I think you can. Okay, I will see you in the next video, and I will be reading you a Clifford story. Hope you're ready. See you then.